Now this is a assignment for Friday, so we don't have class on Friday. So we're just going to do it all at once. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate something, and then you'll be able to do one for your own business, or you can use the example that I give. Okay, so we've got an innovation at the Sterling Coffee Shop, and that innovation is we now offer you the chance to have a shot of vanilla in your $2 cup of coffee. Of course, nothing is free in this world, and so the shot of vanilla is going to cost you an extra 50 cents. Okay? And so with that extra 50 cents, now our price is no longer an even amount. Okay, so let's suppose that this time we're going to start at $5. Okay, so here you are, and you're starting at 5, 0. Okay, so let's see if we got that point there. Well, it's not 5, 0, is it? Okay, so in fact, we haven't bought any coffee, but we've got $5 in our account. And we're just doing this instead of a bigger amount, so there we are. So we can watch the progression down. So we're going to buy 1 cup of coffee, and we're going to go down $2.5 So we're going to be here. Okay, so 5 minus 1, 2.5 is 2.5. So we're going to be there. So the next point we're going to have is 1. We bought 1 of these special coffees with vanilla, and now we're at $2.5. Okay, and so there we are. And you can see the steepness of this as we go over 1. Notice that each line is a half right now. So we go over 1. And so what's going to happen next? We're going to go over 1 and down $1, $2, 2.5. And so we go down. And so the next place we'll be is at 2 cups of this nice flavored coffee, and we'll be down to 0. Okay. And one way you can test to see if you've been doing okay is you take your tools, say line, and you take A and C, and you say, well, I wonder if we go through B as well, and we do. So let's try, and we'll go back, and let's see if we can write an equation that's going to go on top of that. We say, okay, well, what we're doing is we're going 2.5 down for each x. So we'll say that we equal minus 2.5x. And we say, oh, okay, that looks good, right? So the steepness of that line, and what we're going to be calling the slope of that line, is a downward minus 2.5. And so as we look at that, we say, well, this is great, except what's the difference is that where we have 0, they have 5, and where we have minus 5, they have 0. So we're going to have to add 5 to that. So we're going to go ahead and add plus 5. So plus 4 gets us close, but it's plus 5 that'll be exactly our situation. Okay, so we went from the points, we drew a line, and then we wrote an equation for the line. Okay, so what you want to do is either look at my example or use one for your own business in which your price is not a whole number. And you can use a decimal or you can use a fraction. So let's just see if we could use a fraction here. So can I say minus, I don't know how this is at 2 1/2. Yeah, so putting a mixed number. So you say, well, I can't really do a mixed number. Let's see if I can do an improper. And you say, it looks like I can, right? So I do minus 5/2 x. Okay. And then plus 5. And you see that that also is the same thing. So, and you can write it that way as well, minus 5x divided by 2 plus 5. Okay, and so we're going to think about those a lot as we work on things. Okay, and so if you're not sure, you say, well, what if I added 6? Then you see the line doesn't go through. So that's how you can be sure there's a line there. You just say, okay, I can see that line. And I go, and if I say minus 5/2 x plus 5, or minus 2.5x plus 5, I get exactly that. So for each new coffee, I'm going down 2.5. Okay, and you could similarly write something about, so let's say that you bought that $100 coffee maker. Okay, so we go down and And we say, okay, we've got points like this where we say, well, we're going, and we're looking at the positive side, right? And we say, well, let's see, I'm at 0, comma, minus 100. Let's see if we need the, yeah, it looks like we need the 0, comma, minus 100. So we need those points. So we go, well, that didn't work either, did it? So delete this and try again. So we say, what about 0, minus 100? So that's where we've got the coffee maker, right? And we say, okay, let's see if it's down there. There it is. And then we'll add some points. So we say, okay, we sell a cup of coffee, and now we're at what? Minus 97.5. So we're a little bit bigger. And then we say, okay, and then we sell 2 cups of coffee, and we're at minus 95. Okay, and then we sell 3 cups of coffee. Let's sell 4. That's a little bit easier, right? So we sell 4. See if you can see why I want to sell 4. 4 because now we're at minus 90. 4 times 2.5 is extra 10. So there we go. All right, and so then you say, okay, well, let's do a line. Okay, so I say, okay, I want to go through there, and I want to go through this guy here. And you can see that's a guy who, as you are selling coffee, you go up, you're trying to get back to your break-even point. And you also see there's your break-even point, right? Your break-even point is there. It's right there at 40. So at 40 cups, at $2.50 a cup. Now remember, we're not including the material cost yet. Okay, so you want to make a similar kind of set of points where you're not using whole numbers, and give that a try. Okay, and then